Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me? And no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I am friends with the IRS.
If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It really supports what we do. Now, let's get into today's court hearing, which is definitely one of the more interesting ones we've come across. The woman in the top left corner of the screen is in court today because she failed to pay over $2,000 in court-related fees. Her entire defense is based on the claim that she's not a citizen and that she follows God's law, which she insists is above all other laws, even though she's been caught shoplifting and has a history of other issues. What makes this hearing so compelling is how the judge, who stays calm but firm throughout, responds to her arguments. It's both surprising and a bit humorous to see how he handles the situation. By the end of the hearing, the judge hands down a fair sentence, and honestly, it feels like the right call given how unreasonable she's being. Big thanks to Court Nerds for the original clip. We'll be reacting to the video, and I'll jump in with commentary as we go. Let's get started.
We're asking that Ms. Lott is incarcerated until the $2,755.40 is paid, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I am asking for attorney fees for today, Your Honor, and even me having to file this motion and continue to, I guess, seek attorney fees from Ms. Lott, Your Honor.
What are you asking for today?
Your Honor, for today, Your Honor, I'm asking for $1,500, Your Honor. And I can provide my affidavit to the court, Your Honor. We had to communicate with the court, Your Honor. I've been practicing law since 2008, Your Honor. I've been in good standing since that time, Your Honor. I charge my client a flat fee of the $1,500 just to try to see, just so we can file this motion for incarceration.
All right, Ms. Lott, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me?
If you want to call it that, but I assume you want to testify on your own behalf.
Yes, I do. And if the attorney is not going to be sworn in, that is a conflict of interest. And I have filed motions. I filed a quo warranto because I have searched for law licenses and I have not found any. There's been no true judges since 1789. And the United States filed a Chapter 11 in 1933, which lost their sovereignty as a government. So I can't even be heard here. I have asked the court to provide me documentation stating that this is an Article 3 court. I have not gotten anything back from the judge with any type of documentation from the Attorney General, from the Secretary of State. You guys have not had permission to try me, and no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I have tried to settle this in court. I have filed a fiduciary relationship, 56. I am friends with the IRS. I have attempted to settle with a $20 money order because there is no money with the court, and everything was sent back. So rejection of payment is payment, Your Honor. And my religion strongly prohibits any satanic laws or rituals, and I cannot serve two masters. So either I don't even know what to do here in this matter, because I have asked to be tried in an Article 3 court. This is not a court of equity. God's law trumps all laws made by man. God also says no man should be judged, or you will be judged. This is my religion. I have not broken any of God's laws. I have not committed any crimes. I have not harmed my offspring. I am the first lien holder on my child's estate. So there is nothing that I can do for Miss LaFleur, and I will not be paying it because my God told me not to. He gave me the instructions on what to do, and you guys refused it. You guys refused my quo warranto because it wasn't written in the way that you accept it, but I am not under your laws. I am friends with the IRS. I have sent out my documentation. I have my own contract with myself. I don't have a contract with you guys. I have not signed anything, and I am not a 14th Amendment corporate war citizen. I am a natural person. That is what I have to say.
You have any questions for Ms. Lott, Ms. St. Fleur?
Yes, Ms. Lott, were you present in court for the petition for a legitimation with Tariq Crump.
Ms. LaFleur, can you provide me your
It's St. Fleur. It's St. Fleur. It's not LaFleur. If we're gonna quote all of these articles, make sure you get my name right. It's St. Fleur.
St. Fleur?
It's St. Fleur. Well, just were you in court? I mean, I'm not sure if any of the articles could tell me, but were you in court?
Questions. I have no further answers for any of your questions. I said what I said. This law does not trump God's law. I'm under God's law, and that's it.
Well,
She didn't really say anything meaningful in that last part, to be honest. I'm surprised the judge kept such a straight face. Maybe it's because he's been on the bench for so long and has seen it all. Or maybe this person's behavior is just completely out there. Either way, what she said made very little sense. Now, I get that the whole sovereign citizen thing is about rejecting government authority. I understand the idea behind it, even if I don't agree with it. But here's the thing. When someone is openly breaking the law, like shoplifting, and then refuses to pay the consequences, it's no longer about personal beliefs. At that point, legal action is totally justified. If she were wrongly accused, or there was no real evidence, that would be a different story. But in this case, she clearly committed a crime and is now trying to use a baseless argument to avoid responsibility. That's why her defense falls completely flat. Whether she truly believes what she's saying or is just putting on an act is hard to tell. But either way, her mindset is seriously concerning. It honestly seems like she needs to be evaluated because her outlook is so disconnected from reality. And the fact that the judge hasn't shut it down more directly is kind of surprising. But it also shows how patient and professional he is. Sadly, this type of situation has become more common with all the noise on social media and the rise in people refusing accountability. Just to be clear, I'm not someone who blindly supports the system. But there's a line, and when you cross it by breaking the law, you've got to take responsibility. Let's check out the second half of this clip now, where the judge finally delivers his verdict, and it's a pretty firm one.
saying you had 10 days to pay this $2,755.40. Do you have any proof that any payment was made?
I have the proof here, and this was sent back to me. This is the money order that I sent to the court.
That's
Your
that
law-
$20 thing you said?
Yes, it is. That is the settlement that is written in your laws. I did send the thing. They sent it back, and refusal of payment is payment. So I will handle it with the IRS from here.
Well, $20 doesn't equal $2,755.40.
Or any court fees cannot supersede to $20, and that is what I paid as a natural person. I don't know about any U.S. citizen. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm a natural person and a private American. I've not committed any crimes under God's law. I have not stolen. I have not bared false witnesses. I have not killed anyone. I have not dishonored my mother and my father, and I have not put any man before God, and I will not put any of you guys before God either.
Fine. All right, Ms. Lott, I'm gonna find you in contempt of court for failure to pay the $2,755.40. Order you incarcerated, that is jailed, until you've paid the money.
I will be taking it up with the IRS, and I will be filing liens because you guys do not have liens over myself, my estate, or my child. So
You'll take it up with the sheriff first.
no, I will not, because the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction.
Turn
No.
yourself in, or the sheriff will come out and arrest you.
Jurisdiction over me, and the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction over
That's
me.
fine. Once you're released, I'll give you 90 days to pay an additional $1,500 for attorney's fees incurred by the plaintiff for today's proceeding. And I'll ask Ms. St. Fleur to submit the order.
Will do, Your Honor.
And include in that, the sheriff will notify the court when Ms. Lott has been arrested.
Can you guys provide me with evidence that you are Article 3 court and not a military court?
And
'Cause
we'll send you a copy of the order.
I honestly don't understand what she was thinking. Did she really expect to walk into court act erratic and somehow avoid consequences? That approach clearly didn't work, and the judge wasn't buying any of it. It's pretty obvious she wasn't thinking clearly, and her defense made almost no sense. In the end, I believe the sentence she received was completely fair. She ended up getting 6 months in jail for refusing to pay. $2,000 in court fees tied to a shoplifting charge. Her reaction and attitude in court made things worse for her. This situation is a textbook example of someone falling into a victim mentality, where they deflect responsibility instead of facing the outcome of their own actions. Unfortunately, it seems like this mindset is becoming more common nowadays. That said, I really want to give credit to the judge in this case. He handled everything with calm and professionalism. He didn't let her distract him or throw him off. He kept things focused and didn't waste time. He only spoke when necessary and delivered the verdict with confidence and authority. That kind of composure is rare, and I think a lot of people could learn from how he approached the situation. It's hard to understand why anyone would rather spend time in jail than just take responsibility. If she had simply admitted to what she did and agreed to a payment plan or something similar, she likely would have avoided jail time. But because of her attitude and refusal to cooperate, the outcome was harsher than it had to be, in my opinion. Which wasn't just about the money, it was about someone refusing to be held accountable. Whether prison time will change her outlook is another question. She seems stuck in a mindset where she believes she's above everyone else. Hopefully, some time to reflect will help shift that to end on a more positive note. If you stay out of trouble, you don't have to put on an act or make excuses. Many people who claim to be victims simply don't want to admit when they're wrong. But real growth comes from taking responsibility. That's the message here. Thanks for sticking around if you enjoyed the video. Please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments and let me know what you'd like to see next. Take care and see you in the next one.